When it comes to your felony, and you've only had one felony?
Yeah.
Okay. You've been a convicted felon one time.
Right.
What led to the felony charge?
Fraud, checks.
What was the final charge that stuck that you went to prison with?
13 accounts of identity fraud and I think internal auto. I had a whole bunch of cases like everywhere, a lot of counties. So everything combined to one. But I had fucked up big time. But I'm glad I made it through it and I'm back.
What age was this for you when it all went down?
27.
Care to share what age you are now?
30.
And for time reference, it's January 2021, as of this interview. Was it a plea deal you accept?
Yeah, I had to accept the plea deal. Well, I didn't have to, but that was the best deal for me. Coming from my lawyer.
And what county was this?
I failed to say. Kind of shook. You know what I'm saying? Nah, we got them Fayetteville. Y'all stay out, don't got them go to Fayetteville, but they gonna get you. Goddamn, they ain't playing.
Now, with the plea deal, what was the initial amount of the judgment of the sentence?
I took a 10 to 2.
And you actually fulfilled the 2?
Yeah, I did 2 years in prison.
No way you could have gotten earlier than 2?
Nah. I thought I was gonna, how the grade sheet is, I thought I was gonna get out of prison. Like I thought I was only gonna have to do like a year and a half, but I ended up doing the whole 2.
And you go to state prison?
Yeah, I went to state prison. State uniform, use state soap, all that, state toothpaste, all that, yeah.
Care to share what the names of the prisons you were stationed at during the whole?
First I went to Jackson, went through Jackson, that's diagnostics. And then I went to Alburg prison.
And why the move there?
Well, Jackson just a diagnostic. That's where you got to go to get your get everything that your outfit, your blood work, all that. Anything you need, you gotta go through Jackson first. It ain't easy going through Jackson. It's humiliating.
What was the most humiliating? Excuse me. What was the most humiliating? I can't say it right, but I know you know what I'm trying to say.
Yeah.
What was the most humiliating part about it?
You got to script, booty butt naked in front of another grown man, and you got to squat, lift, bend over, and you know what I'm saying, lift up your balls, put your tongue out, hold your arms up. So a lot of little gay moments in prison, I can say that. Yeah.
What does being incarcerated in state prison feel like?
Feel like you stuck in your clothes closet. Feel like you stuck in your clothes closet, you can't come out. Goddamn. Just for real, really like the project though, for real, like you meet a whole bunch of people from other hoods and people who messed up just like you, and you know what I'm saying, just a very learning experience. You know what I'm saying? I can say that.
Somebody watching this, never been to state prison before. What are some do's and don'ts in state prison?
Dudes, if you got your education, get your education. I suggest you to do that. And try to stay busy as much as possible. And to stay out the way. And what you don't need to do is be disrespectful, be in everybody's mix, which is being everybody's business. I think you should mind your own business, and don't drop the soap. And goddamn, don't just goddamn sit there and do nothing. Goddamn, do something with your time. Cause they already taking time from you, so do something with all the time you got, all the free time you got. Don't go out bad. You know what I'm saying? Stay 10 toes down. And, survive. Everybody don't survive in prison.
What was the biggest lesson you learned in prison?
The biggest lesson I learned in prison? Don't go back to prison. But the biggest lesson I learned in prison was respect and respect and responsibilities. Be responsible for yourself and your actions.
If you could turn back the hands of time, would you have done anything different?
I said that I would have read more in school, paid more attention in school, and learned all the basic and fundamentals, and just got my full education from the jump. And that's about it. Everything else, I don't regret doing. You know what I'm saying? Everything was a life lesson learned.
Looking back,
that's why I'm still here today.
Was the plea deal the right decision to go?
Yep. It was. I'd probably still be locked up right now. So I think it was the best deal, the best thing I did.
How are you doing with the, disregard that question. Never mind. All right. Let me ask you this. Okay, so we talked about how you got the felony. Now I want to ask you what it's like living with the felony.
Just gotta work harder. You know what I'm saying? It just keep you on your toes and keep you from doing fucked up shit and getting in trouble. I can say that, you know what I'm saying? It just make you move different, you know what I'm saying? And smarter, I can say that.
Now, a little bit more specific, how has a felony impacted your life or the way you live?
How have it impacted?
Yeah. Judging your life before you had a felony to now having a felony on your record. How have you been impacted?
Well, I always I've always been on probation and shit. I always been in and out of jail. So it's kind of I always had to deal with it, you know what I'm saying? It ain't it doesn't feel the same. You just can't work everywhere, you know what I'm saying? So you gotta do little side hustles and stuff like that, become more independent and your own boss. You know what I'm saying? And I just think it pushed me more to become an entrepreneur. You know what I'm saying? And make me rock more and stay out of trouble.
When it comes to employment, have you ever tried to get a job since you've had the felony?
Yeah. Yeah, I tried to get a job. It's not a corporate job or nothing like that. But yeah, I tried to get a couple jobs.
Were you honest on the job application?
Yeah, totally honest. I didn't leave out nothing.
And what jobs would hire you with that current record that you have, having a felony?
Well, I didn't really get no interviews, so I guess none of them. I ain't never got no interviews or nothing like that. So, start working for myself.
Now, here's a couple other aspects that people may find an issue when having a felony, and I don't know if you've gone through it or not, but I'll still ask you. Has it been an issue for you for higher education? Have you ever tried to attempt a student loan or financial aid since having a felony?
Nah, I never tried to do that. I mean, yeah, I tried to enroll in this other little school, but they accepted me. It didn't have much of an effect on them accepting me. You know what I'm saying? They accepted me, but I didn't go because I changed my mind. But they accepted me. It went through. It was kind of difficult. They had a lot of the steps I had to take. You know what I'm saying? But they accepted me at the end of the day.
Did they ask if you were a felon? Was that part of the
Yes,
application?
Yes.
And you were honest?
Yeah.
Care to share what school this was?
This was ITT Tech. Mm-hmm.
Has a felony been an issue for housing? Trying to find a place to live?
No. I always had like somewhere to stay, so I ain't never really had to fill out those type of, you know what I'm saying? It was already there for me.
What about your voting rights? Did you lose your voting rights?
Yeah, I did. I couldn't vote. I didn't vote. Couldn't vote. But I wanted to.
You've also lost your right to own a firearm.
Correct. So if you ever see me with it was prop, you know what I'm saying? So I have to deal with props, everything props, and you know what I'm saying? I just gotta stay, you know what I'm saying? I just try to stay out the way more, so I won't have to need no gun, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, I love guns though.
Anything else you didn't speak on for people watching, wanting to know what it feels like to live with a felony conviction? Or was that the bulk of it that we just spoke about?
Say it again.
Anything else you didn't speak on for people watching that want to know what it feels like to live with a felony conviction? Or was that the bulk of it, what we just spoke about? I brought up employment, higher education, housing, voting rights, firearm, ownership. Those are the main elements one will face hardship when it comes to a felony. But is there anything else I didn't ask you or touch on that you might want to let people know that comes with having a felony? An F on your record.
No, I think we touched all the bases, you know what I'm saying? It just makes life a little harder on you, but it makes you stronger at the end of the day, you know what I'm saying? You just gotta cope with it and get it off the record as soon as possible.
Did you know the magnitude of what it would be like before you received your first F?
What you mean by that?
Well, I think you kind of answered that question. I asked you, did you know the magnitude of what it would be like before you received your first F? But now thinking back to our conversation, you mentioned like you've been in and out of jail before, state prison, so
Oh, yeah.
having to deal with probation, kind of, sort of the same thing.
Right, yeah. It's just, my experience in prison it's different from the county, you know what I'm saying? So, it kind of...
But having a felony isn't that much different than being on probation.
Nah, it ain't. It just depends on what type of probation you're on. But it's down there the same. Just the repercussions are different. I can say that. Like, if I fuck up something, I go straight to prison. Probation, you just go to the county.
Have you talked about this in your music at all yet? Your felony conviction?
I talk about prisons in a couple songs. But nah, I didn't tell all my insights. And I try to break it down a little by little. But it's gonna be some more, you know what I'm saying? Explaining my prison life and stuff like that.
Have you explored to see if this felony charge can be expunged?
Nah, I have to wait like 1 more year, and I should be able to get off, because it's non-violent. So as long as I do everything that I was told from my PO, then I'll be in good hands.
What did this experience teach you? What did you learn from it, if anything, having an F on your record?
What I learned from it? Everybody ain't in your corner, and you gotta be a man first, and stay out of trouble. You know what I'm saying? Try to stay positive in everything, anything you do, and give it positive energy, and everything will be fine.
Was it worth it?
Nah, it wasn't worth it. It wasn't worth it at all. It was a waste of my time, and a waste of my family time, and anybody who had to go through that with me.